Alright guys, it's Littlefinger and I've got tank number 467 now with a new ace mastery. This is the Forrest Witch. This is a tier 7 hibernation heavy tank. It's got the reserve shell mechanic on it. So what you'll see here is I've got 4 shells in the magazine, and the first one there takes 5.4 seconds to reload. I believe it's 2.5 seconds in between shells, but if I do then choose to shoot that second shell, its reload time is 6.3. The third shell is 8.15, and then you really don't want to use that last shell because it is 18.1. So we don't have the gun depression there, so I was expecting to do a little bit better with that. So we take an early shot, but we do manage to get one more in. And here's the decision making in action here. Let's go ahead and push around and let's get this 4 shells reloaded back in here, and then we can focus in on the Yo, who's a little bit overextended. And I can go ahead and use these shells here to finish him off. And see, I was going to go ahead and use that last shell, but he got finished off there. Now you can see it's a little bit longer on a reload going into, we've got an ISU pushing on. Let's use this building as cover here. Let's wait the 3 seconds here, get this last shell loaded, and then we can start unloading. So you really have to pay attention to the timer on the ammo bar. We unload 3 shots there and finish him off. Part of my decision making here, I got 1 shell in, but I can get the kill. So didn't want that ISU to get away. I didn't have any other targets in sight, so I went ahead and used that last reserve shell for the kill shot. And you can see here, even with that being done, by the time we get around to this KV5, we are still reloading shells into our magazine. So the decision then becomes, do we start shooting early or should we wait and fill out the magazine? Probably here should have waited for the next one, but he started to get my attention. So I was thinking if I could keep him turning around, then I could get some support from my teammates. But he then decides to focus on them again. So again, we're waiting on this reload here. The fastest and highest DPM is really to just use this as a single shot, and using that was a 5.4 second reload time on the first shell. But in different circumstances, you really have to think it through. That's kind of why I like this as a mechanic in the game. It does cause you to think a little bit different when you're playing. Like, we could continue to shoot here, but my thought process here is let's get another shell loaded, then we can back up, and if we need to, we can 3-shot him. But the Chrysler's here, and he's going to finish him off. Again, allowing us to keep that final reserve shell in the magazine. It's just a cruel twist, though, and he is a 1-shot. Can't really chase him down. I figure he's going to go to C and recap that. We'll go ahead and recap B. Sure enough, that's what he's doing. Looking to see which way the Chrysler's going, because he is a 1-shot, and I kind of missed him there to my right. But we'll go ahead and get this cat back in. And as I was kind of worried about, wanted to stay with the Chrysler. Wasn't too worried about potentially losing this game, seeing as Cruel Twist did not cap C, but he does take out the Chrysler. But we're pretty close to capping this out on points. He's dropped off. I'm assuming I've dropped off, and we're just going to circle back this way around. But our shot hits tracks and doesn't do any damage. And I knew I was way off on that shot, but I kind of wanted to see what he would do, not knowing if I've got 4 shots here ready for him, which I do. He comes back around, and sure enough, you can see the benefit there of that faster reloading, having a full magazine. And yes, over 3,000 damage there in the tier 7. Did help that I believe several of our kills were a tier higher. That certainly helps with your XP. If we look here, higher tier, higher tier, higher tier. And then also the cap points certainly help with XP as well. So the ace bar on the Forrest Witch there, 1433. All right, guys. Hope you're having fun out there. Stay safe, get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger out.